Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and do you guys remember when Zillow was standing at the top of the rooftops and screaming down to our nation that 2022 we would have 20% equity growth, despite Zillow at the end of last year in December, losing hundreds of millions of dollars to their iBuyer programs? They were still saying the housing market is going to flourish this year. Do y'all remember that? The only trend right now that Zillow is setting is that they are wrong month after month after month. So we're going to explore that today. We're going to take a look at Zillow's new prediction. And you guys remember what I have been saying. Each month that they come out with the housing market update, they're going to continuously lower their forecast. And that is a massive problem, because when we're dealing with a household name like Zillow that so many people trusted for so long, the fact that they cannot adapt to the economic situation we're in means it's garbage. When everything is great and going well, maybe it's good to lean on Zillow. But when it matters most, when we have hard times, remember, we cannot count on Zillow. But regardless, y'all, we're going to jump into an article from Zillow titled Zillow Home Value and Sales Forecast, July 2022. Remember, you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is my personal YouTube channel. I try to bring you guys a video a day. So for all of my effort, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and do me a favor, shoot me a quick comment below. Now, as my bio, you guys know my bio, so you know that you can listen to me, is husband, father, renter, victim of 2008 in my bad decisions and lost everything to foreclosure, successful loan officer, realtor, educator in Texas for all things real estate, owner of real estate, owner of a note. So I know a little bit, right? Everything in my life right now revolves, financially anyways, revolves around real estate and what's going on in real estate. And y'all, the moment that I can start making videos that top 5 places to live, how to purchase houses, how to understand a purchase contract, I'm going to do it, because quite frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of being one of the only people that is predicting this stuff. I mean, I get sick and tired of it because it's slow moving. I want to start talking about buying strategies. But again, I'm very careful in that, because people often misunderstand what I'm saying. So I don't even want to talk about buying until I believe with all my heart and all my soul, and the data shows it. Then I'll say it's time to buy. But regardless, you guys, let's get started on this article right now. Okay, so here's some snippets that Zillow starts with. Zillow housing market outlook has been revised down from June. Zillow forecast 7.8% home value growth over the next 12 months. 5.46 million existing home sales are expected in 2022, according to Zillow's latest forecast, a 10.8% decrease from 2021. And let me tell you guys why it's so important to understand that. Remember how Zillow came into play from their Zestimate. So many people, unless you are professional, like a realtor and loan officer, we hated Zillow, because one of the first things that we had to do when we met with a client is explain that Zillow is often overly aggressive. So we had to explain that, and we had to explain, depending on how fast you wanted to sell your house and the improvements, this is what you price your house at, right? So many people leaned on Zillow. So I'm really hoping this is a wake-up call for Americans, that they understand that you cannot rely on Zillow. That Zillow, after all, is just a for-profit business. There's nothing wrong with that, but understand what you're reviewing. You're reviewing information that is in their best interest to go up. So if it's in their best interest to home values going up, naturally they're going to continue to create a narrative to justify home prices going up. And when they're wrong, they're going to justify being wrong as well. And I think you guys are starting to see that. And again, the trend that Zillow's creating now is that they're wrong, right? That's a trend, right? That's a month after month trend. Zillow, you're wrong. Step it up. Start warning people. Come up with a home buyer education class, right? This is what you do when you should wait. Credit, income, assets. Do a class like that. I'm sure you would be able to save a lot of your reputation. But regardless, let's get back to this article right now. I definitely agree with a lot of what Zillow is saying here. Zillow's home value forecast predicts a sharp slowdown in annual home value growth from the current pace of 19.8% to 7.8% growth through June 2023. Expectations for the year ahead have been revised down from Zillow's previous forecast of 9.7% growth in the year ending May 2023. The new forecast predicts a steeper drop in appreciation before stabilizing at levels closer to pre-pandemic averages. That would be amazing. The downward revision comes amid a faster than expected deceleration of monthly growth in the Zillow Home Value Index. This is a great index. I suggest you guys go and check it out on your local metro area and see what the value is in your local metro area. And a weaker outlook for home transactions. The housing market is quickly rebalancing from what had been arguably the strongest sellers market in decades, with inventory rising and competition for homes easing in the face of significant affordability challenges. The rebalancing is expected to continue given current macroeconomic headwinds. And I actually agree with what Zillow is saying right now. I just wish they would get their predictions a lot better, right? I wish they would be a lot more conservative, because I'm wondering how many I would be pissed, right? If they were saying at the beginning of the year that this year was going up 20%, but now they're saying it's going up 7%, and I made a decision to purchase based on Zillow's forecast, I would be pissed right now, right? I would be super duper mad. But regardless, let's continue on with this article right now. Zillow's latest forecast for existing home sales calls for 5.46 million sales in the calendar year of 2022, a 10.8% decrease from 2021. A more aggressive plan from the Fed to raise the federal funds target rate and deteriorating consumer sentiment were key reasons behind the downgrade. Historically, weak consumer sentiment has been accompanied by sluggish home sales. There are also widespread concerns that aggressive interest rate hikes will cause an economic downturn, which would be expected to translate into fewer home. So here's the thing, you guys. Zillow was also rug pulled and whiplashed. And as a result of that rug pull and whiplash, they are getting everything wrong. So the really crazy thing is that they continue to get everything wrong. I can understand a month or two or three of wrong predictions, but once you're wrong and once you see a trend of you being wrong, why aren't you changing the way you come to your conclusions? That's all I'm wondering. All right, guys, so I want to end this video with 4 conclusions that I have gained from reading this article. So number 1, the fact that the Federal Reserve continued quantitative easing in 2021 led to all of these problems. Number 2, Zillow is now being backed into a corner with relevant data that is essentially spelling out that we are fixing to have a crash or breakdown in our housing market. Number 3, Zillow will probably have mega financial challenges going into 2023 and at the end of this year as a result of their poor planning and horrible reputation that they now have. Number 4, we cannot trust Zillow again, because also remember they opened up their own mortgage company. They started doing iBuyer programs. They started playing Realtor. They wanted to take over the housing market. So if we had a bubble that was created naturally and not artificially, it would have been much longer lasting, and Zillow would have been able to sink its hooks into our housing market forever. Think about that. They only lost because this was an artificially created housing market bubble. Isn't that massively crazy if you think about it? Either way, you guys, I really appreciate you watching this video. And if you're out there investing in real estate, I do wish you luck and I hope you win.